In the beginning, it was shown that it was raining heavily one night. A man and a woman named Ron and Jessica go to a hotel soaking wet in search of a room. Both having gotten wet enough to book a room, the manager of the hotel welcomes both of them. Jessica asks the manager to make a phone call, but the manager refuses and says that first book the room and then go to the room and make a phone call. Jessica says that we're not a couple, and manager says, "Oops, sorry, both of you were standing so close that I thought you both are a couple." Jessica says, "Okay, book 2 rooms for us." And manager checks and says, "Unfortunately, we have only 1 double bedroom at this moment." Jessica, being little angry, says, "How is this possible? Are there so many guests today?" Then Ron says, "Let us find another hotel." Jessica also says, "Yes, let's go." As soon as they both start sleeping, manager says, "There is no hotel around here. I'm afraid that if you both come back, then the room might be full." Then Jessica thinks for a while and decides to take the room. In the next scene, we see both Jessica and Ron reach the room and opens the door. The room is completely decorated in a romantic way, as if the room is already decorated for someone's honeymoon. Both Jessica and Ron looks at each other. Jessica looks very beautiful. And then Jessica walks into the room and sees that some medicine and condom is also kept for safety while having sex. Jessica looks at it and puts it down. Then Jessica goes to take a shower. Here, Ron starts drying Jessica's wet clothes with dryer. Jessica likes it very much and smiles and thanks Ron. Ron asks Jessica to sit. Jessica's hair was still wet. Ron says, "I will dry your hair, otherwise you will get cold." Ron starts drying Jessica's hair with dryer. Jessica feels very good to see Ron doing this. Jessica becomes very happy in her mind. She feels good about Ron. Then both of them fall asleep after a while. Jessica falls asleep on the bed and Ron sleeps on the floor. Then suddenly a cockroach comes and moves on Ron's feet. Then Ron, being scared of it, runs away and climbs on Jessica's bed. Then Jessica takes a book and kills the cockroach and says to Ron, "Look, cockroach is dead, now you can go to your bed." Then Ron keeps looking at Jessica and says, "I will not go down to my bed. I will sleep here on your bed only." Jessica thinks for a while, then says, "Okay, you can sleep, but I will draw a line and you will not cross this line." She takes a pillow and puts it between Ron and herself. Then both Jessica and Ron lie down separately, but both of them cannot sleep. They continue to keep looking at each other. After a while, Ron says, "Can we both sleep together?" Jessica says, "How can we sleep together? We have taken the bed together, but we did not agree about sleeping together." But Ron says, "What's wrong with it? We both can sleep together." And then Ron removes the pillow between himself and Jessica and throws it and starts looking at Jessica with loving eyes. Jessica also turns towards Ron after a while and both starts looking at each other. Jessica looks very beautiful, like an angel fall down from the sky on the earth. Then Ron expresses his love to Jessica. He says, "I love you, Jessica." Jessica starts laughing a little at first, but they both start talking to each other. Jessica jokingly says, "Will you do anything?" But he kisses Jessica. Jessica asks Ron to promise that if I fall asleep, you will not do anything, okay? And then Ron agrees. Jessica also happily falls asleep in Ron's arms, hugging Ron. They fall asleep inside the same sheet. After a while, Ron also closes his eyes and sleeps. Jessica stays awake and keeps looking at Ron's face. Sometimes she touches his nose, sometimes she touches his cheeks. She is smiling inside. She moves to kiss Ron. Suddenly, Ron opens his eyes and finds Jessica in his arms. Jessica says, "You have promised that you will not do anything and will not even touch me." Ron says, "Well, you started it." Then Ron tries to kiss Jessica and kissed her for a very long time. Then both also have sex. And my friends, this short clip also ends here. Thank you for watching. See you in the next new video. Bye.